So my dad here manages to break the gears on his Harbor Freight lathe, and you guys saw me on Instagram turning one of these pulleys and were wondering what it is for. Well, we're now going to show you what on earth it's for. Okay, so do you want to explain to the people of the internet really quickly what it is that the pulley is for? Because obviously we're going to show them the pulley on the machine itself, but do you want to just explain to it really quick?
So like Helen said, I broke the lathe. Well, I broke the gears for the high-low in the lathe. And Harbor Freight wanted, like, I don't know, $30-some for them. And if you bought them from some guy in England, I think it was like $80. And I only paid $100 for the lathe, and I really don't like the lathe. So I know that his, is it Atlas or Craftsman?
Atlas.
His an Atlas, so it's a 618. His runs on pulleys and suspended motors. So I figured, why not? Somebody gave Calvin this motor and 2 pulleys. So we're just going to rig it up on the, I don't know if we can even see it in the shot here.
We'll do a close-up.
But we got, yes, I'm just going to hang this motor off the back side, and it's a quick fix. Now you may be saying, but wait a minute, hey, you're not going to have the power feeds. Wait a minute, hey, would you want to cut threads on this thing? No, you wouldn't. So it's basically, as Calvin calls it, the horizontal drill press. And
let's show them really fast the mock-up.
Oh, so the mock-up is really fast. Let me slide this on here, something like that. All right, so very crudely. So I'll just have a plate and a hinge, and it'll hang here on the back, and it'll slightly tilt back, and away we go. That's how we're going to run this thing.
All right, let's cut to the machining then.
So he cut it yesterday on a lathe elsewhere, but it's just a little bit too small. So we are going to use a brake hone and some brake fluid here and hone it out. And while I'm preparing this, I'm going to kind of tell you the story of the lathe. Probably about, maybe 10 years ago, we had gone to Harbor Freight to pick up, I don't know, about $3 worth of something. And about 20 minutes later, I called the wife and said, honey, take the seats out of the van. I'm spending $300. Harbor Freight was having a sale in their parking lot. And we're in proximity to where the major West Coast Harbor Freight offices used to be, where the sale was. Anyway, we are gathering up stuff to buy at enormously reduced rates, and the guy says there's more stuff in the back. So Calvin and I wandered back there, and as I'm looking around, Calvin's kneeling down at a box, and I'm going, what's the matter? Is he not feeling well or something? And then I hear, Dad. Dad. And I could barely hear him, but he was trying to get my attention without getting anybody else's attention. And he's, Dad, lathe. So I go over there, and there's your, I believe at the time was about a $450, $500 Harbor Freight lathe. And it was in the box marked $200, but everything at that point was also marked down half of that. So it was the Harbor Freight lathe for $100. So we bought it, and we've had it, we've used it, but sometimes I wonder if it was even worth the $100. So the other day I broke the gears on the high-low system and just decided, you know what, I don't want to, you know, replace with that. So Calvin bought himself an Atlas lathe, Atlas of the Craftsman 101 or the Atlas 618, I forget which one it was, and the system worked on a pulley drive. So what we're going to do is we're going to rig up the Harbor Freight lathe to run off a pulley system with the motor from the drill press. I realize I won't have any of the auto feeds that will allow me to cut threads and whatnot, but on that lathe, I would never do that anyway. As Callaway once referred to it as, it's a horizontal drill press. All right, so here we go. We're going to hone this out. See if we can make it just a little bit bigger. Yeah.
It's very scientific.
The odd thing is that, I mean, maybe I want it that tight, I don't know.
I mean,
it is spinning on.
I just do it that way.
Yeah, there's no question.
It's a friction fit.
The concentricity of the pulley is a little questionable, but that's what
I tried to cut it true to the outside, so.
Yeah. All right, now the question is it went on, will it come off?
It should.
Yeah. And the whole thing is that should I ever dispose of this lovely piece, it will, yeah, so you got a little bit of the grit on there, so that'll probably actually a little oil to restore it. So we don't have a keyway on this, so I'm going to have to just file a little flat spot and go by the mercy of the set screw, but judging by what we turn on this thing, it should not be a great issue.
You're not turning 4-inch diameter brass blanks.
And in addition to the pulley speed control, we also have the exclusive Harbor Freight, you know, variable thing, you know, where you plug one in and plug it into the wall. So I will probably remove all this and the motor on the back side. Oh, and by the way, folks, and do at your own risk and safety, but we were constantly blowing fuses on this. Took a 4-amp fuse, and it was constantly killing it off. I know a lot of people go in and they replace the transistors on this. All I did was popped in a 5-amp slow blow fuse. We've never had a problem with it after that. Always ran. So, and it's a lot easier and a lot faster to do that way. And if we blew it up, oh well, we'd probably be doing this now, you know. So, okay, let me just hone it just a tad more for my own amusement, and then we'll call it a day.
I'm just going to stop recording at this point. Brake cleaner.
Yeah, gosh, this stuff is like gold to me, though. So I know how appropriate. I'm using brake part cleaner to clean the brake hone grit off this piece.
But you used brake fluid on.
No, I use brake fluid on.
What better crap to clean crap than the crap that cleans the crap?
My boy's a poet and doesn't know it. All right.
Just wait till my rap album drops and you'll be thrilled.
Let's see, 3 and 1. Let's see if we can get anything to flow out of that.
You guess freebie can?
It's, yeah.
Figured.
We have, in our town, we have a toxic drop-off. And maybe Calvin will give you a shot later of my warehouse.
And that's a whole nother video right there.
All right. Well, let's consider that a preview then. The coming attractions of our storage things. But anyway, we get hundreds, if not thousands. Perfect. Easy slip. Easy done, my man.
Wait, let's do that again. That one's sucked on camera.
All right. For slow-mo.
Oh, Joe would be so proud. It's a slow-mo high five.
All right.
So, at least at this point, this part is done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.